Hello and welcome to the classroom. Today, B is for bubbles in our preschool and pre-K class. I hope you're following along every day for a complete curriculum for your school year. Well, today, Sue, we're going to make some homemade bubbles. We're going to learn how to make the letter B sound in our phonics time. And we're also going to read a book about Fancy Nancy, bubbles, bubbles, and more bubbles. So it's going to be a really fun time. Sue, will you have a seat? Because it is time for us to feed Fred. That's our class job. Every day when you come, we have to take care of our pet. Hi, Fred. Fred loves blowing bubbles. Well, let's turn around and see what day it is today. The month is September, and let's reach into our pail and see how we're going to count today. We're going to pop bubbles. So let's pretend to pop bubbles like this. Pop, pop, pop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bubbles, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 bubbles. Today is September 21st. Can you say that? September 21st. If you go all the way up to the top, you can see that the day of the week starts with a T and an H. TH together makes the sound the. So what day of the week starts with that sound? The. Thursday. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Well, it is time to look outside the window and see what your weather is like today. Maybe it's a beautiful day, a sunny day, so you can go outside and pop bubbles. Maybe it's a rainy day, or is it cloudy? Or are the trees moving? Is it windy? When I do like this, shout out whatever your weather is. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? It is out today. It is out today. Let's dress Weather Bear. Weather Bear, we're going to put on a t-shirt for you and some blue shorts. And we'll put on your sandals. And I think you look just right for today. So what is the season, everybody? The season is summer, but there's only one more day of summer, and then we get a brand new season, fall. Well, that was our calendar and weather time, and now it's time for our letter of the day. Today's letter is B. Can you say B? If your name has letter B, stand up. If your name has letter B, stand up. If your name has letter B, if your name has letter B, if your name has letter B, stand up. Well, today B is for bubbles, and we decorated our B with bubbles. I just used a blue crayon and drew lots and lots and lots of bubbles on letter B. So that's a fun way to decorate your letter today. And what letter is this? B. that's letter B for bubbles. Let me show you how to write letter B. So first you're going to need a line that comes straight down, just like number 1. And then you're going to blow 2 bubbles. 1 bubble at the top and 1 bubble at the bottom. That's how you make the big letter B. Let me show you what that looks like on handwriting paper. So first make a line that comes down and then blow a bubble up top, blow a bubble downstairs. Down and 2 bubbles. Go down and then a bubble upstairs and a bubble downstairs. Very good. Okay, well, it's time to learn about the small letter B. So all you have to do is pop the top bubble. And that's what the small letter B looks like. Let me show you. So make that line that comes down and then blow 1 bubble, this time downstairs. 1 little bubble. 1 bubble down at the bottom. Okay, so I know you are listening and learning and doing such a great job on your handwriting time, so I'm going to give you a sticker. Very good job, everyone. And now we know what letter B looks like and we know how to write it. So next we'll talk about the sound that B makes. Letter B makes this sound. B, b, b. Can you make that sound too? B, 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 b. Let's pretend we're popping bubbles. B, 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 b. Letter B says b, b, b. Well, I'm going to blow some real bubbles and you can see them on your screen and pretend to pop them like this as you practice the letter B sound. B, 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 b. What does letter B say? B, 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 b. What does B say? B, 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 b. What does B say? B, b, b. B, b, b. B, 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 b. That's a fun game today. You can play if you want. Well, that was our letter of the day time, and now it's time for math. For math today, we're going to be popping some bubbles. First, we're going to draw the bubbles, though. I just have a plain sheet of paper, and I'm going to draw 6 bubbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 looks like this. Curve around, loop, and down. Now let's pop the bubbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you drew bubbles, you can just put an X on the top to pop them. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bubbles. Let's pop them. 1, 2, 3, 4, pop. 5, 6. Well, it's time for our shape practice next, and we have 6 diamonds to trace. Let's count the diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's trace the diamonds. A diamond has 4 sides. All 4 sides are diagonal lines. Here's one diamond. I think I'll use different colors. You don't have to, though. It's up to you. 1, 2, oh, here's number 3. Okay, and 4. We're tracing diamonds. Diamond looks like this. 5. And I have one more diamond to trace. 6. 4 sides, all 4 sides are diagonal. So this question says, how many sides does it have? It has 4 sides that are diagonal. Well, it is time for us to do something fun for science. We're going to blow bubbles. I have a bottle with some vinegar. It looks like water, but that's vinegar. I just used an old water bottle and I put vinegar inside. And then I have this balloon and I used another old water bottle to use to make a funnel. So inside this balloon, I can put some baking soda. Okay, let me see if I can feel it. Yes, I can feel it. The baking soda goes right in there. Let me put a little more. Okay, the baking soda went down into the balloon. So now I'm going to take this off of my little homemade funnel and I'm going to stretch this balloon over the top of this water bottle, but it contains vinegar, not water. So watch this. I'm going to use 2 hands to stretch and put the balloon securely on top of the water bottle that has vinegar. Now I'm going to tilt this and I'm going to let the baking soda mix with the vinegar. And let's just see what happens. Ready? Okay. What? Whoa, look at all those bubbles. And look at our balloon. It's getting bigger. Do you see all the bubbles? So what's happening? Well, the vinegar and the baking soda mix. And we saw a reaction when they mixed. That's called a chemical reaction. These bubbles are carbon dioxide bubbles. They form when baking soda and vinegar mix together. Look, the bubbles are blowing the balloon up. It's getting bigger. Wow, look at all those bubbles. Well, for art today, we're going to make our very own bubble solution. So let's head to the art table, everyone. Okay, so we're going to make homemade bubble solution today for art and a homemade bubble wand. So I have a little bowl and I'm going to pour in a little bit of water. And then I'm using some dish liquid soap. And I'm going to squirt some in and stir. So now I have my homemade bubble solution, but I need a wand so I can blow bubbles. So I'm using a pipe cleaner. I'm going to fold it in half and I'm going to start twisting the 2 ends. Twist, twist, twist. Keep twisting until you get almost to the top. You want to leave a circle at the top. Just like that. So there's my bubble wand. So let's try it out and see if it works. Look, it blows bubbles. Big bubbles. Well, that was fun. And that was our art project for today. We made bubble solution and a homemade bubble wand. For story time today, we're going to read a book called Fancy Nancy, Bubbles, Bubbles, and More Bubbles. Ooh la la! I have splendid news. Splendid is fancy for great. Tomorrow our class is seeing the Big Bubble Show. Mrs. Glass has been teaching us about bubbles. Bubbles always come out round, I tell my family. I will prove it. I blow into a square wand. Voila! Round bubbles. I blow into a star wand. Voila! More round bubbles. Then I demonstrate, that means show, how to hold a bubble. Dunk your hand in the bubble mix first. Later, the bell outside my room rings. Oh no, there is horrendous news. Horrendous means very, very bad. My friend next door, Bree, is sick. She cannot go to the Big Bubble Show. I am very sad. It won't be as much fun without my friend Bree there. The next day, all through the show, I think of Bree. I wish she could see the bubble snowfall and the bubbles filled with smoke and a hat made of bubbles that lands on Lionel's head. The finale is the best part. Finale is a fancy way to say the end. It is a bubble ballet. The dancers make giant bubbles that float to the music. It is magical to watch. At home, there is a message from Bree. More horrendous news. She will not be back at school before Friday. Was the bubble show great? She writes. I do not want to make her feel bad, so all I write back is, it was pretty good. That night, I perform, that means act, for my family. I dance like the dancers in the finale. Then suddenly, a bubble goes pop inside my head. I have an idea. Mrs. Glass and the kids think it's a splendid idea. We make up a bubble dance. We leap and spin and twirl all over the place. On Friday, Bree is back. The front of the room is our stage. There is a sign. It says, a bubble ballet for Bree. Bree sits up front. She is the audience. An audience means the people watching a show. Mrs. Glass puts on the music and voila, we start dancing. It's not easy dancing and blowing bubbles at the same time. Try it and you'll see. Are we as good as the dancers at the show? No. Are our bubbles as big? No. Does Bree enjoy our ballet anyway? Yes, yes, yes. At the end, we bow and curtsy. Bree stands and claps. Bravo, she whispers. She can't shout. Her throat still hurts a little. Bree asks us to do the bubble dance again. This time she joins in. And guess what? She blows the biggest bubble of all. The end. Well, Sue, that was the end of the story and the end of our class, but it's not the end of the fun. You can continue to blow bubbles and practice that letter B sound. B says b, 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 b. Well, B is for bye, and that's what we have to say, Sue. Bye, everybody. Join us again tomorrow. C is for camping. See you then. Bye-bye.